Okay, it is a late night crafting session for me. I've been wanting to work on these cards all week, so I thought I would go ahead and do it tonight, even though it is late. I've been so busy with school this week that I just haven't had time for any crafting, and this is supposed to be one of my ways to relax. So as soon as I get my other things set up here, I will start making these cards because these are really pretty and really simple to put together. So, so one moment and I will be ready here. I don't know why it's being difficult. There it is. Okay. Now I can see what I need to see. I've got everything cut and ready. I know I'm always worried about the shadow. Everybody tells me it's not that bad, but it looks bad to me. All right, let me adjust just a little bit more. Okay, I think that should be good. I might end up with my head in the shot occasionally, but that's okay. Okay, I had this really cute cut file from the Silhouette store. I think it's Patricia Zapata's design, and so I'm going to do it a couple of different ways. This is the first way where I'm going to use the black, which is actually the outline, and then I used the negative pieces that were left here. Welcome whoever is here joining me this evening. So those are the things we're going to work on first. So I do have my pieces ready this time. Okay. These are for all the internal flower pieces, and these are the frames, and I'm going to do two different colors. I have this mustard yellow, and then I have this bright blue. Good evening to whoever has joined me. And so we're going to have some red over here. These are going to be the more fluorescent colors on this card, and I'm going to make two of each one. So I need two of each piece over here, and two of these, and then these flowers are going to be bright yellow. I think I need one more long one over here. Okay, let's start with one of these, the bright blue ones. All right, so I'm going to take my liquid glue because you're going to want to get some good glue coverage on these pieces to make them stick down. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge of the main flower, and don't put too much glue because it'll ooze out. So just a little bit around the edges. And just do a little bit down the middles too. And I need a little bit right there. And then I'm just going to take this piece and line it up so that I have black showing all around. Turn it over, we can double check. Yep, that looks good. And then for these, we'll do the same thing. Make sure we have the right piece going in the right place, and I do. A little bit of adhesive. Did I turn that? I did. Okay. And then we're going to come over here to this side. And go figure out which way it goes. Okay, it's going to go that way. She has a bunch of different cut files that you can buy from the Silhouette Studio store with different flowers. I just really liked this one. Okay, it's gonna go right there, so let's turn it over. All right, that looks pretty good. So now we need to put some glue here. Just around the edges. Nice quiet evening for crafting. Everyone at my house is asleep. We're gonna have some pretty cold weather overnight from what I hear. Maybe even some snow. They hardly ever get that right, so we will see if we actually get snow or not. Okay, there we go. And I made the background piece bigger because I knew it would be a little hard to get this on here straight. So it's not on here straight, but it doesn't matter. Once it's good and dry, then I'll go back in with my paper trimmer and I will trim it straight. Okay, so that was a bright colored one. Let's do one of these darker colored ones now. So this didn't cut all the way through. It cut all the way through, it just didn't fall out. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of those little extra pieces. And I will just do the same thing for this one that we did for that one. It's kind of fun to have two different looks with the different colors. And this is that Bearly Art Glue or Art Glitter Glue. I like to use both of them, and I always take and put them in their own, in a smaller bottle, because they kind of tend to dry out a little bit and the topper gets clogged. So if you put it in a smaller one, it's easier to just make a new bottle when the old one gets too bad. All right, going this way for this leaf. The one I did with all of the glitter in the foil, it is my favorite, so I'm going to show you that one next. And then I did save my reverse pieces to show you how to make one that goes the opposite direction. So you can do this with any kind of die that you have that cuts out the pieces. I just have to keep twisting it around till I get the flower petal in the right place. Oops. Missed one there. Okay. Now, get ready to glue this whole thing down. Before I started this, I was watching Happy's Place on Peacock. That new show with Reba McEntire and Melissa Peterman. So funny. It was watching that, and then I like that new show too, St. Denis Medical. But I was like, oh, I want to get my cards made. All right, so this time I'm going to try it from the top. See if I can get it a little straighter than I did the other one. We shall see. Ta-da! Okay. That's pretty. All right, so we've got those two. Just super cute. We'll trim them out and put them on a card. I've got the other ones I can make, but I want to show you. I want to show you one of the negative ones, the negative space ones. So here are the, the one that we've been using. And these were all the little pieces that were left on the Cricut mat. So I just used some adhesive, what do you call it, transfer tape to pick up these images and put them here so that I wouldn't lose them. And I think, let's see, I want to find a color that I like to put this flower on. I did one and I put it on this colorful background, but I'd like to do something a little different for this one. I want it to have a little bit of color and a little pop, but I don't want it to be too busy that it distracts from the design. So let's see if we can find anything in here that... These are just some old things, old papers that I had left over from a different project. I always cut everything into card front sizes and then put them away to use for later. I kind of like this one. Let's see how this would look. See if we would like that. It's okay. It's not really what I'm looking for though. Keep looking here. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of pretty. I think it gets lost though. I guess I just got lucky that first time with that pretty striped paper. Beach waves, but this isn't very beachy. It's flowers. We need something that will look pretty with flowers. Water drops. Got a few more in here that might work. Let's see. Flamingos. Ooh, that's pretty, but it definitely doesn't work for this. Lemons. Oh, I kind of like this red one. Let's see what it would look like. I think it's just too much. I think it's just too much. I really liked the striped one. I'll see if I have another piece of that striped paper because that could just be the right answer. The sun, the flowers. Okay, I'm going to go with the sun. Okay, so all of these pieces are on here where they need to be, but they're not sticky because this is just plain black cardstock. So I'm just going to put my adhesive on here. I was thinking that sound could make one of those ASMR videos. The sound of your glue scratching on your cardstock. There's a rubber stamp show close to where I live that we're probably going to go to this weekend and check out some new things. I don't need anything, but it's going to be fun to go look and see what some of the new stuff is. And I like to, they have, usually they'll have like where you can just pay a couple of dollars at a booth and make a card. And I like to do that to find out new ways to use stuff that I already own. I know there's one company that's always there that does a lot with their pan pastels. And I already have so many pan pastels. I don't need new ones, but I like to learn more things to do with the ones I have. Okay, so then we're just going to lay that right there. We can always trim this up too. I'm going to just really burnish this in. Make sure it's sticking to the cardstock. And I'm just going to leave this sit for a few minutes so that it can actually, that adhesive can actually dry. Okay. Now I want to show you how I made the one with the foil and the glitter that is so pretty. Let me move these things out of my way first so we don't get glitter everywhere. Because when you do a glitter project, you get glitter everywhere. Well, I do. Maybe you don't, but I do. Okay. So I've already got one on here, so I'm going to do another one on here. I need one frame, and I need some double-sided adhesive, which I have here. I'll cut it down. Okay. And this is just a clear acetate sheet like that you used to use in an office for an overhead transparency. That's all that is. So I'm going to put this on here. Last time I did it just on the backing paper, and I managed to pull it off, but I was like, you should probably stick that to something else next time. So here we go. Carefully, carefully. Okay. And then I'm going to use this to push it back down. So we really want to get that in there. Okay. And then what I did, all right, so this is very sticky. If you look closely, you can see it. Now what I did on this one, on the flower and on the leaves, I did foil. So we're going to do that again. And I have a whole bunch of foil in here, and it's just kind of wild and crazy, the foil is. All different colors and things. These long strips are actually for doing nails. I guess somehow they use them on nails. I don't do nails. I don't get my nails done, so I don't know exactly how they use them, but I know that you can get a ton of really pretty colors when you buy nail foils for not very much money. So I'm looking for something for the leaves, and I'm looking for something for the flower itself. Oh, that is so pretty. It's not good for a flower or leaves, but it's really pretty. All right, so I'm just kind of looking through here. If you're here and you would hit the like button, I would appreciate it. And if anybody's out there who wants to be chatty, feel free to chat. If you just want to hang out and watch me make something pretty, go ahead. I know it's late and maybe you're just hanging out before you get ready to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep, but I don't want to yet. Oh, so many pretty choices here. I'm really looking for something that has a little bit of green in it. Now this set here is really pretty. Got the pretty yellow, pretty green. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so for the green, it's all sticking to me. All right, I'm going to use this green, and I'm going to cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a pattern to make sure I don't cut it too big, because if I cut it too big and I lay it down, it's going to go over and it's going to get stuck on everything else on the card. And I do not want to get green where I don't want it. So I'm just going to trim this. And if it's not big enough, that's not a problem. I can always go back in and add it more. Okay, so here we go. Gonna go right there. Yes, got it. Okay, and then I need some green foil for the other direction. I'm looking for that other piece that I can use as a pattern to cut it with. Here it is. All right. I'm going to take this one. And I'm just going to cut this one here. Small enough that it won't matter. I think the side needs to be trimmed a little bit more. It does. There we go. Okay, it's going to go right there. Well, it's a little long. Shoot, I hope I can pull it back up without it sticking. Ah, thankfully I did. A little bit got on my white part, but not too much. Okay, so then what you want to do to get this in there where you want, get a stylus and just rub around until you can figure out like where the little indents are. Just really rub your fingers in there. I try to go around the edges of the indent with the tool and do the rest with my fingers. Once you can figure out where it's at, it'd be helpful. I could look at this one to see where it's at. I'll come over here and get this one too. And I'm going to look. You can see from the back how well that's going. So if you start to slowly peel it off, yeah, then you can see how well you've done there. So we did pretty good. We've got a little bitty piece right here that didn't get any foil, so I'm just going to put a little scrap over it. Fill it in. Got a little bit more on this one that needs some color. Just going to run that along the edges. I keep putting my hand on it over here. It's not going to go well if I keep sticking my hand to it. All right, let's look at this one. There we go. That looks nice. Okay, I'll put something white behind it so you can actually see how nice it's looking. Okay, and then we're going to go for something to cover the flower. We have yellow and pink. I think I'm going to go with the pink. I'm going to try to cover this up a little bit so I quit laying my hand on it. Just going to do a section at a time. Move this a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to move it over. Move that down. This one's a little easier to see through because it's lighter. It's nice. I got a little bit up here. I don't think I can get it off, but that's okay. No biggie. And a little there. And then we'll go over here and get a little on each of these. Gonna trim my foil off. I was replacing the blade in my X-Acto knife the other night and I dropped it on my floor and I cannot find it. As soon as I did it, I got the broom out and I swept the entire floor, moved everything, couldn't find it. I have a rug in here. I took the rug out and I shook it. Then I got the vacuum cleaner and I vacuumed the rug and I vacuumed the floor, and I never have found it, which kind of scares me. Somewhere on my floor is a very sharp, brand new X-Acto blade. Okay, that's turning out really cute with those flowers. So then I'm just going to get something a little darker to put on those little tiny flower bits at the back. And it doesn't even matter what pattern you use, especially for this part that I'm getting ready to do, these little tiny pieces, because it's so small nobody's going to see what the pattern was anyway. Just looking for something that could be fun here. I think I'm going to go with this purple. It's already a little scratched up. I think I'll just go ahead and use it. Just going to put that there. Grab it in. Move it over to the next one. I'm getting foil all over the background. That's not what I wanted. But you know what? It's okay, because I can always cut it out too if I really don't like it when I get to the end. But since I've made such a mess with the foil, I think I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to do a little bit of just kind of all over foil with different colors. Oh, yep. Let's do this one because it's beautiful. I'm going to do them at an angle. Just add some fun texture with the different foils. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. All right, let's get something else here that's going to be, ooh, this is really pretty. I have a small piece of this one that we could probably put like here. Yep, there we go. I'd like a blue. Maybe this one would be pretty for some blues and purples. Get that in there. Okay. A little something else. Maybe some bright pinks and purples. See how this one looks. That's nice. Okay, then we'll use some of these other ones for fill-ins. Okay, this is a good one to fill in with. It's really pretty. It wasn't exactly what I thought I was going to do, but you know what? In the craft room, things don't always go as you think they will, and that's okay. It's still really pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, now the last thing I want to do here is I want to trim this out. I've got all this adhesive around the edges that I don't want, because then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to fill in any spaces that are left are going to be filled with a clear glitter. I figure most of the people who normally hang out with me while I craft are probably already in bed. So if you catch this on the replay, leave me a message and let me know which of the flower cards that I'm making tonight, which one is your favorite. And if you are a crafter, if you got to this point and you did like I did and got foil where you didn't want it, would you use it as an opportunity for creativity? Or would you just throw it away and start over? I have so many supplies. I don't have to make things that I don't want to look like that, but I think it's kind of fun sometimes to just figure out, okay, that didn't work. Now what am I going to do with it? Okay, I need to find some clear glitter because I want to fill in all of those empty spaces. Some clear glitter. Okay, I got my glitter. I just have to figure out which one I want to use. Some yellow glitter. I wonder how that would look. Probably not the best. Don't mess it up by using yellow glitter. Okay, I won't. There's some clear glitter. All right, and I need a paper to put under. Oh, that's not a paper, that's a sticker sheet. Okay, here's a paper to go underneath it. And I'm just going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Anywhere that doesn't have foil or cardstock is going to be sticky. So I need to fill it in with some glitter. Hello, who has ever joined me? Thanks for being here. Just trying to fill this in so that the card isn't sticky anywhere. Because if you don't, then you make a card and you put it in an envelope, it will stick to the envelope. People won't be able to get out your pretty card. Oh, that is so pretty in real life. I hope that looks as pretty on the screen as it, oh, it does. Yes. That turned out very pretty, and it was not at all what I had planned, but that's okay. All right, so now I just take my cardstock and I fold it, make a little funnel, and put all that glitter back in the little baggie. And the reason my glitter is in baggies is because I had an entire shelving area that was all glitter and embossing powders, and I took most of them out of the jars and put them in baggies. And now it only takes one little thing to store my glitter, which is much better space-wise. Okay, so then the little foils, and I don't throw away my foils, I just keep them. So if they're partly used, then I just use them again later for something else. Okay, so we have this one that I did earlier, this one that I did earlier, and we have these. So we just need some card bases. Oh, and we have this one too. Wow, we've made a bunch. Look at all that. Oh, let's peel this one and see how that, slowly peeling this off, making sure all those little pieces stay stuck, and they did. Excellent. And this stuff you can save. You can use it a number of times before you actually have to toss it, because it's not sticky enough anymore. All right, so I need to trim the excess off of this one. Yeah, this is going to be a short video, but there's going to be a lot of things made from it. So put that back in there so you can see what I'm doing. Just being really careful to follow the edge of the black die cut. I don't know if I told you guys, I got a new chair. It is so nice. If you've seen like the commercial ad things for Temu, and there's a chair that like kind of reclines, but it has a footstool that pops out. So you pull it out and you flip it over. And so then you can extend it so that you can actually put your legs out, or you can leave it close, because I always sit in my chairs. I guess the correct phrase now is crisscross applesauce with my legs folded up, and it's just so comfortable. I love it. But when I got the chair, the wheels that came with it were so bad. And I sent them a note and I was like, hey, these wheels are horrible. And I said, I already ordered new wheels, and if you'll just pay me back for the wheels, I'll keep the chair. Let me grab some cardstock for bases, because I need some bases. Had to walk away, sorry. Okay. And so the cost of the wheels was less than 20 bucks. And so I sent them a copy of the receipt and everything, and just said, you know, you'll just reimburse me, because it's from Temu, and if you don't like anything from Temu, you can always get your money back. And I really did not want to take the chair apart and send it back, because it's a big chair. And they replied, and they're like, no, we don't do that. And I was like, okay. So I said, well, then I'll just return the chair. And so then I instantly got a message from Temu that said, the seller will offer you $26.18 to keep the item instead of returning it. And I was like, well, okay, that seems silly since I only asked for like $19 for the wheels. But okay, so this one will go here. I need to trim down a couple of these other ones because I put them on crookedly. All right, let's see. So I'm going to put the black. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to put the black at the edge of this cutting guide. And so then if I do that on every side, then I'll have the same width of border. If I have that much cardstock on each side. So we'll see. If not, I might have to. Oh, you know what? This is a little wonky. I'm not sure why it's wonky. But I don't know if you can see that. When I put it in here, it is not going to be straight. Scissors to the rescue. We will just... just hand cut it. It'll be all right. I wanted to leave a little bit of the blue showing, but if it's going to be too obvious that it's not straight, and then I'll have to just go and trim it up with the black as my guideline. Okay, let's see. Where'd my white card go? Here's my white card. I feel like it's a little too crazy. All right, so we'll set that one aside. That one can be ready. Then we need the yellow one. The yellow one's much straighter because I did that from the other direction. So I think I can. There we go. Also ready for a card front. Okay, good. And then this one, I'm going to try to leave a little yellow border around this one. All right, let's see if that's going to fit correctly. And it is. Then we've got this one that's already ready, and I believe this one is going to be the right size already. It sure is. Wow, that one is so pretty. It turned out so much prettier than I thought. I know I already said that, but it's true. It did. It really did. Okay, so let's find some permanent card bases for these. Since I judged them all on a white card base, I didn't really love that. Okay, so I think this green... yeah, that will be really pretty with this one. I think I'm just going to leave this one on white. I think anything else is really going to take away from that one. Okay. And then we've got this really pretty one. I would like to have maybe purple. How would this look on purple? Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. And then we've got these three. This is one of the brights that's from this collection of bright colors. So I think I'm just going to go with that one. Okay. Maybe the yellow card. Nope. Like, no, that is not attractive. Let's go with this one. It's a slightly off-white. I like that there. And I think... yeah, I think that should be good. Okay. We'll fold them, we'll glue them together, and we will be finished with a whole bunch of cards this evening. Let me get my folding tool here. I feel like this isn't very even. I want to trim this one up a little bit. I'd really like to have my big tape gun. Oh, there's my big tape gun. It'd be much quicker than liquid gluing all of these things down. Okay. Rub them from the back because it makes it easier. I got some of my adhesive on my fingers. Okay. And I'm going to leave all of these without sentiments, and then later when I need them I can always go back and put some kind of sentiment on top. Okay. Cosmic Grape. That was the name of this bright purple color. We got Cosmic Grape, and I know this one is Turbo Teal. The other one was something about a lemon, maybe looking at sour lemon. Okay, what was the green one called? I don't know. Audra, where are you? Help me with my bright colors, Audra. Okay. There we go. This one is so beautiful. What's this one? Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking about this because I'm like, I don't know if this adhesive is going to show through. Oh, it's not. It's not even showing. So that's great. Okay. Sometimes that's the problem when you work with vellum or you work with some kind of material that is see-through. You see your glitter right through it. And of course, I will go back in and I will line these with some white cardstock. Oh. Okay, it's there. Sometimes these things give you a little fit. And finally, this one with all the bright colors. All right, so there we go. We have, move all my foils out of the way. They're kind of annoying me. And I still have those two other cards of the same colors that I can make. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have enough stuff cut, I think, to make probably another 4, if not another 6. So there you go. Let me know in the comments which one you liked. And thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful evening.